Yeah, what's happening, y'all? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's ShopTalk. It's your man Qualified. I'm here with Spidey Stood. We out here, man.
We out here, baby.
Yeah.
It up.
Yeah.
Christmas tree lit.
It's
Halloween
crazy.
just passed.
It's crazy.
We celebrating all the shit at one time, but anyway. Shit, what we talking about, fool?
Alright, man. So we got a couple things that we got to talk about today. One of the things, something that I had seen an article recently, well, a couple weeks ago, and they was talking about Wale, and they mentioned that he was on the XXL freshman list with, and they named Asher Roth, Charles Hamilton, Mickey Fax, and a bunch of other people that we don't remember.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Because, I mean, I know that was 10 years ago. Just about like
2008,
2008, 2009. I think that was the 2009 cover. So, you know, that was a minute ago. But the thing is, with that particular cover, to me, it just kind of, I was just like, yo, like a lot of the dudes who was on that cover, it kind of signified a changing of the guard and just a changing of how things were moving. And I felt like a lot of them cats who was on that list, I started looking into it. Like they mentioned Asher Roth. Asher Roth is somebody who kind of created a lane that I feel like a lot of these other cats might not have had that space to move around.
Like he made that kind of, I feel like it's a derivative of what Lupe came in the game doing, like the whole skater, you know, the whole, I don't want to say alternative rap, I can't think of it, but it wasn't what was on the radio at the time, trying to just find a new pocket about what was going on. Like he made music for college kids before J. Cole did.
Yeah, man, and it was some fun shit. You could rock with it at the party. Girls was rocking with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like dudes could rock with it too. Like it was
that cool middle ground. Like you said, it was cool enough for dudes to play in their car, and it was female friendly.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I remember at that time, that was the time I was, pretty much just out of high school, in that college age. We would go to parties and stuff like that, and like some of the parties I would end up at, like they would play that whole Asher Roth album. Mm-hmm. Like they loved it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them cats was cats who didn't even listen to no other rappers.
Right. Just
like, you know what I mean? They would play that whole album. They was with it.
Right.
So, and that, I feel like that opened up the door to cats, for music for cats like, a couple years later you have Mac Miller coming through. R.I.P. Dropping his stuff, and other cats, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to say, I guess you could say white boy rap, like, because you know how like a lot of white rappers, they feel like they gotta follow after Eminem. Yeah. They feel like that was the standard.
Yeah.
After all, kind of came in like, nah, like I can do that double time shit too, but you don't have to get attention. You know, Yellow took the Eminem approach and came out hard. Like,
and I fucks with Yellow Wolf.
Yeah, we do. I'm not talking that. I'm just saying.
Nice. Right,
It's like a lot of white boy rappers felt like they had to follow that format, and this is how Eminem got on, so that's how I got to get on. And Asher Roth was like, yo, you don't have to do that. And that's how I felt about it.
So I feel it. And then some of the other cats who were on the list, like Mickey Fax, Charles Hamilton, Wale, even they not that they all sound the same or anything like that, which they don't. But the lane that they were in was kind of like a hipster friendly type lane. Like they was cats who could all rap, especially Wale and Mickey Fax. Like these cats, some cats who could bar you to death.
Spitter,
Currency, But I'm saying like with these three, the lane that they were in, like, cause Currency, I feel like he's just I felt like he was in his own. He was just
he's still in his own pocket.
He was in his own complete bubble. Like on that list. But he rapped it.
Was Corey Guns on that list too?
I think Corey Guns was on the list too.
Yeah. We're talking about the 09 XXL cover. You trying to keep up?
Yeah.
Flash picture. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
But yeah, like I feel like with those cats who was in that hipster lane, they was cats who, especially Mickey and Wale, they could really bar you to death. Then they could rap about different stuff. Like Wale had that whole Seinfeld series and stuff like that. He had certain bars like that were sports bars talking about sports players and shit like that. But it was like real intricate and deep type bars where it's like, oh shit, okay, word. Like man, I'm gonna have to look it up. But it was on the Attention Deficit album. He had like this whole like sequence about where he was rapping about Khalid El-Amin playing for UConn, but he used like UConn and like made it like the truck. And, like, man,
some wild shit.
It was nasty, but like he could do all that kind of shit, but then he could, you know, do these other types of references to shit that wasn't like you wouldn't expect like no hood niggas to be rapping about no shit like that. Like you ain't gonna hear no Seinfeld references on no 50 Cent track. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I feel like, you know, that cover, like them rappers that was on that cover, like it was cool. I felt like they made it cool. I don't want to say normal. I can't think of another word right now, but it was kind of like, you know, back to what we was talking about before, like how like, especially in the black community, like back then it wasn't cool to skateboard. It wasn't cool to be a wrestling fan. It wasn't cool to like anime, but not now. We're talking about 09. That's when we started seeing like, I would say people, instead of like all these hard rappers coming out, like they was actually being themselves. Like I don't want to say nerds, but it's like, yo, I like wrestling, I'm a rapper about it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I mean, it's still going on now. Fools only used to like try to make hard records and jewelry and cars and blah blah blah. Like you were saying, Wale, I like Seinfeld. I'm a rap about that shit. Yeah. I like wrestling. I'm a rap about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that time period was the start of rappers not afraid to rap about their other passions.
Yeah, cause like, and if you look at like what was mainstream at the time, like there was Kanye, but then like a lot of other shit like Wayne, you know, like Wayne out here repping blood, Wayne out here, like, you know,
a lot of gangbanging. 50 was still heavy,
doing all of this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it was like
suburban rap, I guess you would call it. Like, you know what I mean? In the middle, like we understand both sides. If you grew up a suburban lifestyle, you understand how it is to have money and not to have money, and we like different shit and blah blah. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I felt like it was the middle, the people in the middle.
Like I felt like me personally, it was like, all right, cool. Like I felt like niggas like me was having representation, and it wasn't just like. And it wasn't just like strictly underground niggas now. Like it was like
it was face.
Yeah, it was like cats who was like, oh shit, like they saying this cat is cool. Like okay, word. Cause like before I felt like it was just like me and Peter John and like you know what I'm saying, like a couple of us other niggas who just did regular shit. But like now there was more cats who like people were really feeling like was cool, and they were just like regular niggas. And so I felt like they was really disrespecting this class that did a lot, and the way that these cats moved around on the internet too, like Mickey Fax, bringing him back up, like he was doing like those weekly theme releases before Kanye did like the Good Friday stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the way that Wale was moving around on the internet and shit, and the way that the things that he would make his mixtapes about, and even the artwork for that kind of shit, and like the way he was doing shit, like people was really rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like this list, because at that time it was the blogs were
the
tastemakers, and they was kind of leading the blogs will let you know who was cool.
Fast forward 10 years later, blogs ain't shit.
Blogs. we got YouTubers that
exactly YouTubers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we got reaction channels.
That shit wild to me. A reaction channel. So you telling me fools is just on the channel? I mean, on the channel. Fools got a channel about shit that they watch. That shit just wild.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, or music videos that they watch. Bro.
Yo, that was crazy.
What's her name? Leo.
I don't know none of them reaction fools.
Shout out to anyway, but anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like. So we see on that 09 list, and I mean, yeah, especially on that 09 list, you see that they are. It was a lot of the cats who was buzzing on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Then you fast forward, like going forward a couple years. What was that? I think the year. It might have been the next year. Like Kendrick Lamar was on there. Lil B the bass guy was on there. You know what I mean? So it was like more cats who was buzzing on the internet. But then Kendrick blew huge. So they
out of here, buddy.
Right, like they really hit on Kendrick, and then what was it? I think it was the year after that they had Chance on there too. So like, you know, they hit on Chance.
I ain't gonna lie. After that 09 cover, I did not keep up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But then after a while, the list started to change.
So let's get to the meat. Let's get to the meat. Does the XXL cover matter anymore?
Nah, man, none of that shit matters anymore. Like nothing. I feel like nothing really matters as far as that goes. Like, cause like somebody can just pop up on the internet. Somebody can go viral on Instagram and
change the whole
landscape. Change the whole shit. Like, I mean, 6ix9ine blew up Gummo and he wasn't on no kind of nobody's nothing. Like the first time I saw 6ix9ine he was a fucking meme.
Yep. Bobby Shmurda, the first time I saw him, they just took that couple seconds of that dance he was doing. Like, who's this kid? Blew up.
Yeah. Like I had no idea that was a song. Like I didn't even know it was a song. I saw him as a meme, and then I heard the song and I was like, "Oh, we out of here, yo, Bobby, let's go."
Bobby took off. Yeah. So is it safe to say maybe the last issue that actually mattered? It's hard to say.
I mean, it's hard.
Wasn't Nipsey and YG on one? What was it? 11 or 12? They was on one. 2011, 12.
I mean, there's been people on there.
Okay, as a whole. Because, I mean, even now, there might be one or two artists who are like, oh, okay, he deserved to be on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but like, what was, I don't know, what was the last one that was really, like, impactful?
Probably 2010. Had to be.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Had to be.
And
maybe. Don't quote me on that.
I mean, like, there's been people, like, cause, I mean, if you get all the people who were buzzing together at one time, you're gonna find somebody who hits out of that group.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about as a whole, like that 09 cover, like you said, when you saw it, like, yep, they was on the money with everybody on that cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep, that was it.
But I feel like that, like, but what the influence of that class, like, I would say, like, compare it to sports, right? Yeah. Like, it might be, like, say you have a college program that you're building up and you're recruiting guys and your program had been at the bottom, but finally at the end of these 4 years, like, you graduate this senior class and you guys didn't win the championship, but now you're a top 25 team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that class, that 09 freshman class, like, even though, let's see, probably the biggest, like, if we're gonna count mainstream stars, the biggest one out of everybody on that list was who? Maybe Cudi? Well, gotta be Cudi, right?
Cudi was on 09?
Yeah, Cudi was on that list with Wale on him. Like,
that's hard to say, man. Like, I guess it just depends on how you look at the scope. Because if you ask me, I mean, because I fuck with Currency, so I would say Currency. That's just me.
Yeah, but like mainstream though.
Mainstream. Wasn't B.O.B. on there?
Yeah, but like,
he don't count as mainstream?
I mean, but are you gonna say that, like, all right, if we're gonna, because B.O.B. did have some hits, but like,
he still does.
Yeah, no, B.O.B. had some hits. Like, let's talk about it. B.O.B. had some hits with, and he, like, I mean, do you get points for putting Bruno Mars on?
Yes, because Bruno Mars wasn't what Bruno Mars is today back then.
Okay. So he gave Bruno Mars his foot in the door with the big hit.
I wouldn't go that far, but I would say it helped.
Because I mean, like that Beautiful Girls joint, that went #1.
Yes.
And then it was what after that Bruno Mars popped up on that was it The Millionaire or was it that Lazy song? Or is
it was around the same time, so we'll just say that time frame.
You know what I mean? And then what was that other joint? Something about heaven.
No, that's what he was talking about. He'll take a bullet for you.
Yeah, something. Anyway, man, we love Bruno Mars. Shout out to Bruno Mars, man. We love that.
Hawaii's own, you know, Hawaii like to claim their people after they blow up.
Hey.
Sarcasm.
But yeah, all right. So B.O.B. Are we giving it like? So are we really gonna say that B.O.B. is a bigger star than Cudi?
Again, like how you was trying to tell me, Spitta isn't a bigger star because Spitta, you have to be a jet to like Spitta. Like I feel like if you a Cudi fan, like that's a cult of its own. Like Cudi fans, like they're a different breed of people. People that have been keeping up with Cudi from 2008 to now, like that's a cult.
Yeah.
Because what was his last big smash hit?
Well, alright, I don't know, but
Exactly. You don't know, because you in the Cudi cult. You don't know.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'm in the Cudi cult.
You are?
Actually, full disclosure, I hated Cudi for the longest time.
Because Fool still played day and night. Like that's the only song he got.
That's fire.
Like that's the only, but like they play like that's the only song he got.
Well, no, that's just false. Like
no, I'm saying people.
Like,
if you say Kid Cudi, they're gonna say day and night. Cause name another Kid Cudi record. Name another Kid Cudi record.
Bro,
name another Kid Cudi record.
Well, I can't think of the name of it, but the joint with
the joint with
the Lady Gaga joint, and
I don't remember that.
Him and Common.
I don't remember that.
Or the joint where he sampled the poker face. And she
did
whatever she like.
I don't remember that. See, if you ask the average person, walking down the street and you say Kid Cudi and you ask them to name a record that he got, they gonna say day and night.
I don't know, man. I think you just never fuck with Cudi.
I don't have a problem with Cudi in this. And his humming shit. I like when he hum. I'm just saying, the Pursuit of Happiness.
The Pursuit of Happiness, like that shit is huge. Like there's.
And then how many years ago that was?
Now, alright, the reason why I'm thinking Cudi is a bigger artist, or I would say he's the more mainstream artist, is because he has impact outside of hip hop. Like you'll go to a rave and hear Cudi.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying?
I'll take that.
And so there's a whole lot.
So we're talking about impact. We're not talking about songs then.
Well, I'm just saying a bigger star. Like I would give that to. I'm saying a bigger mainstream star, the Cudi. Like I think more people are gonna be like, yeah, Kid Cudi, because he has that outside of hip hop.
I think I would say Wale.
No, man, not the Cudi. You crazy? And then Cudi got the Kanye rub too, man. The Kanye affiliate.
Or did Kanye get the Cudi rub?
Well, either way, niggas is going.
The reason why I would say Wale is because from that 2009 cover to 2018, he has been consistent. He has been persistent. He has done other things outside of music.
Wale,
he got Seinfeld to get on a fucking album with him.
I mean, I fuck with Wale, but like, there's also a reason why Wale be sitting around talking about he underappreciated.
Well, he got the Joe Budden syndrome. Shout out to Joe Budden. We fuck with your podcast. Friends of the show, Mal Rory.
But there's also,
Paulie would do, but go ahead.
But real shit, there's a reason why he be saying he feel underappreciated, because ain't nobody giving Wale his props like that. But I'm saying.
Yeah, you sure did. He was like Cudi bigger than Wale.
Nah, but I fuck with Wale. But I'm saying though, like
Wale ain't mad at fools like Kweli.
I'm thinking, no, okay.
I gave you your flowers, Wale. Come on the show.
I fucks with Wale.
Come on the show.
My nigga. I fucks with Wale. Man, Wale mania every year.
Now, see?
Like Wale.
That's outside of music.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah.
The wrestling community is a big community. You know about it.
Nah, I fucks with it. But like, I don't know, man. That Pursuit of Happiness, like all of that shit with Cudi.
It goes back to what I said.
Kids see ghosts. Like, just.
It goes back to what I said. It's just your perspective on the music scene.
Man, y'all let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Y'all let us know.
He's saying Cudi's the biggest star. I'm saying Wale's the biggest star, and then we gonna move on.
Y'all let us know. Man.
Wale, come on the show. What up?
Nah, I fuck with Wale.
But
like,
yeah,
I really fuck with
we gonna
Wale.
segue.
That's
from
wild.
Double XL cover into HipHop Conspiracies. So, do y'all think it's a coincidence that Prodigy from Mobb Deep so happened to die before his book was about to come out about the Illuminati?
I don't.
Okay. What's my other conspiracy? I'm starting to believe the damn Jay-Z damn Illuminati shit, because I'm not a Jay-Z hater, but I'm not a big Jay-Z fan either. It don't make no sense.
I don't know, man. Like, there's just a lot of wild shit, bro.
It don't make no sense,
like,
man.
I feel like it's not, of course it's not just hip hop, the whole entertainment industry, but hip hop is also a part of it. So like why wouldn't that shit be connected, especially now that we didn't let all these other motherfuckers into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like the heads of these labels, we aren't the heads of these labels. It's not the hip hop folks that's the heads of these labels. Right. It's them other niggas who run the shit. Absolutely. So like, nigga, if they doing that shit with everybody else, they doing that shit with us. Yep. And I don't know, man. There's just too many weird things.
R.I.P. Prodigy before I forget.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too many. There's too many weird things, man. Like,
but what do you feel like is the biggest conspiracy? Like, which artist?
Man, I don't know, man. I think there's gotta be something with Diddy, bro.
Off top.
Like
all these stories. Diddy, how many stories have we heard of Diddy smacking fools up? Like, remember that rumor that was going around that he smacked Drake up, but there's no footage, there's no picture, there's no evidence. Or what was that one producer he smacked up, or he hit over the head with a bottle? For the Hate Me Now joint?
Yeah.
No pictures, no video. If it was anybody else, it would have been pictures, it would have been...
Like, I don't know, man, with all that money, like...
Ain't not enough money in the world for not one picture, one video not to pop up.
Nah, man. Well, I mean, with all that money, you got the right connections to the right kind of stuff to make...
I'm not going... Nah, man.
To make shit disappear, and then if you connect it to that other shit.
Has to be. Man. Jay-Z gotta be connected to some other shit. Diddy gotta be connected to some other shit. They knew about Prodigy. Oh, let's even talk about Tupac.
Okay.
Don't make no sense. How you get killed on the busiest damn street in Las Vegas and nobody sees that shit? No proof, no nothing. And we all know the direction that Pac was going with. I'm not gonna stay on Tupac too long. I know there's a bunch of videos, but I'm just briefly. Got killed on the busiest street. We knew the direction that his music was going to. He was about to follow in his mother's footsteps and be more, of an activist after the whole Thug Life shit. That's where he was leaning towards. He spoke on a lot of black empowerment at the time and all that, and just a lot of stuff that them folks didn't want him to speak on. So, Prodigy and Diddy, I feel like, were casualties of it.
Who else do I feel like that was casualties of it? I don't know. I don't think Mac Miller was. But that is odd though how he died. Michael Jackson, I would say.
There's too many just weird circumstances with.
Mac Miller's death was weird. Michael Jackson's was very weird. I mean, he's not hip hop, but he's a figure. That was weird.
Like, I mean, have you heard of Bunchy Carter?
No.
Okay, so Bunchy Carter was an activist, and I think this was back in like the 60s and 70s. And there's actual proof that the FBI was over here. There was a Black Panthers faction, and there was this other group, the US Movement, and they were both for the same thing.
Okay.
But there is proof that the FBI is infiltrating groups and spreading misinformation back and forth, trying to get them to beef with each other and take each other out. Bunchy Carter ended up getting martyred and killed because of the interference of the government. And so there's proof that outside forces would interfere with voices that were trying to empower the minorities, and people have seen that. There's all kinds of documented proof throughout history, so it stands to reason. For me, I can see why people would want to interfere in hip hop, knowing the power, the type of power that hip hop was starting to have within that time frame after the 80s going into the 90s. Just seeing how many people was listening to hip hop, and then seeing it wasn't just the black kids listening to hip hop. With these white people started seeing they started seeing Billy wearing his Charlotte Hornets Alonzo Mourning jersey and listening to Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people started seeing that stuff, and the people who were in power started seeing that kind of stuff, and now moves have to be made. There's also a rumor that goes around, I'm sure a lot of people have heard it, there are people who swear up and down that it's true. Of course, there's no way to substantiate it, but it kind of makes sense. I can see it, you know what I'm saying? I can see it being true. But there was, allegedly there was a meeting with all the top record executives, the people at all the top record labels, and also people who owned prisons.
Right.
And I'm sure you heard about this or read it or seen it somewhere.
But the rituals?
But the people who own the prisons, they all got together, and basically the people who own the prisons and the explosion in prison for profit and Bill Clinton coming up with the 3 strikes you're out rule and all of that kind of stuff that led to more incarcerations. And when you think about it, it's really crazy. Now, is that might be the biggest hip hop conspiracy, because it does line up, and it would be everybody being complicit, and plus the prison system and the record labels in cahoots, and just the record industry in general plotting on the harm of future generations.
So you're saying hip hop and the prisons and all this stuff? Well, we already know hip hop and the government, they intertwine, man.
Yeah, I mean that we all know that the hip hop police is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? But like that's hip hop police on a whole different level. And then who is this? Like, is the government the entity that called this whole meeting, or is it somebody else? Who is that?
It's hard to tell, man.
This is where we put like some kind of scary effects and like the
Yep. Q effects. Okay. And our last topic. What would you say? Hawaii OGs.
Yeah, man. So, who are some of the people who paved the way for all of us out here in Hawaii hip hop? We're gonna talk about some of ours, if some of the people that we recognize, and if there's anybody that we left out, y'all hit us up and let us know in the comments. Y'all go ahead and drop them essays. Let us know, man. We want to fill in the blanks on history, man.
We talking, man. ShopTalk is an open-end conversation. It's a conversation starter. That's why I was telling my people, like, we're not laying down the law. Oh,
yeah.
ShopTalk, they lay down the law. Nah, it's a conversation piece, man. So, y'all know our damn social media. Y'all see us in public. Y'all know what it is. So go ahead. I'll let you start with yours. We probably got similar ones, but...
Well, I mean, some of the people, some of the first people who come to mind definitely gotta go with just Sudden Rush. Mm-hmm. They were actually in the source. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when the source meant something.
Right.
So like to have anybody from here, from Hawaii, like in the source being recognized for hip hop and the way that they held it down for the people here, like that's some OG shit. So the OGs are the OGs. Like I guess you gotta give it up for Big T's, man.
Of course.
Like he had.
We want you on the show, Big T's. I tried hitting you up, but
facts.
It's my other plug right here.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But you gotta give it up for Big T's, man. He had like actual hits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And we was in what? Elementary, middle school?
Yeah, like
give me your ring, go lay here if you want something, go lay. Like he had a whole song about offering gig on the radio and like prime time. It wasn't no 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't no 10 o'clock at night.
That's so wild.
But that's what the song was about.
Yo, facts though. I mean, it was real shit.
It wasn't. It didn't play at 10 o'clock at night. It played damn near at lunchtime and when you're going home.
He was letting them know. He was letting
808 hoes.
Yup. He was letting these hoes know. Give me a ring of land. Cause I got it.
And like to me that was just so amazing. Like like growing up, I thought he was a big mainstream artist. I ain't even gonna lie. It wasn't until I hit about high school like, what? He from here?
Yeah.
Because whatever they played on the radio like heavy like that, you just thought it was like some big mainstream person.
Man.
It wasn't until I was in high school he was like, yo, you from out here? I was like, damn, that's dope. But who else? I gotta give it up to Immerse. Well, Tasha Pierce, as y'all know him by
Crying Backwards. You know what I mean? So that's why it's the big bro. What's up, bro?
I give it up to him like that Honolulu song again. That song was not played at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
That song was played prime time hours in the going to work, lunchtime, going home rotation on the radio. So I gotta give it to him.
Nah, I remember he was on.
Wasn't he in like XXL or something?
Yeah, he was on the what is it? The Wake Up Show. Sway. The best of the freestyles. He was on there. I remember he was the feature artist on MySpace when his album The Opening Act dropped. And,
MySpace. MySpace meant something.
Yeah, well, MySpace meant something. He was on the front. MySpace music. I remember it was like 1 week it was him, and then like the next week it was like Merge. But like,
still, that's
but that was lit. Like, and he was up there, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, yo, this cat from out here, like, I be rapping out here, like, I might, and then ended up linking up later, but like, but yeah, nah, man, he put in work, he was, you know what I mean, he rubbed shoulders with a lot of cats out here, big name cats, songs with Merz, songs with Cuddy, you know what I mean, he was in there with Ye. So I mean, he, you know what I mean.
I remember when Common came down here. What year he came down here? Like 08, 09.
Common, mind you, Common's rapping.
Yeah.
He's doing his song. Oh, what up, Tasho? Like it wasn't nothing. Like what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He went out his way like, oh, what's up, Tasho?
Yeah.
And went in the, well, he didn't go in the crowd, but he reached out and dapped him up. Like I remember that shit. That shit was wild.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So he's like really, you know what I mean? So he's really put in work. Took Hawaii all over the place, and then he did shit outside of hip hop too, man.
Yep. Flip the bird
clothing. Had the shoe with Russell Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
So like you know,
he did a lot of dope stuff.
Shout out to my man.
And he's still active. I'm not saying you're not active. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Streaming on iTunes right now, man.
Go ahead and get your drop off.
You know what it is, man.
Get your plug in.
We out here, me and my man Tasho. We got that joint family business. We out here. Gang, gang, gang.
Okay, plug time's done.
But yeah, man. Let's see, some other cats out here. I gotta give it up. Cabot, man. Like, Cabot, somebody who's held it down. He's been an MC. He's held it down for the scene. He's always been out here in the community, and he's still out here in the community. I remember coming up in high school and shit, and like, you know, lights. If you had the Light Sleepers shirt or like you had the Light Sleepers sticker, like, oh, you really ahead. Like you're not just a poser. Like, oh, you really down. Oh, you be at the events. Okay, word.
It was like, a little community back then.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's still, like, I still kick it with people who, like, that's how, like, we know each other. Or, like, you know what I mean? Everybody was on that same tip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, somebody who's done something for the scene like that, like, it may not be, like, some people may not see him as, like, on the level of some of these other cats, but, like, he's done one of them cats who's like the lifeblood of the scene, bro.
He's done a lot for the scene, and he still does stuff for the scene.
Like
and
that's
the Beat Root
is going.
Which one was I in? 04, 05? I don't remember. I was in one of them joints.
Yeah, like see, that's somebody he's done so much.
He's done so much.
Like Beat Root is something that's still going on. Like while we filming right now, Beat Root is happening.
I know a lot of y'all think Beat Root is something new. Beat Root is not. Yeah. Beat Root been going on for a long time.
We was doing Beat Root at Red Elephant.
Red. Oh. Full serve, Red Elephant. Cabot's been keeping that going in the Light Sleepers camp. They've been keeping that going for years.
Yeah, man.
Years.
So, yeah. I gotta give a shout out to, as far as OGs out here, man, Omega 6.
Okay.
Like, Omega 6 is somebody who was out here really rapping. Like, back when Tasho was Akira 8. Like, you know, 6 was out here holding it down. One of my favorite underground cats from the West Coast, Bus Driver. Like 6 gave him the work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when it came to the freestyle shit. So like 6 is somebody who some like people outside of the scene, outside of the know may not give him the credit he deserves, but like you see him rocking with Castle Park now, but like he been putting in work. Like he's somebody who's really been out here, and he's been one of those cats who's held it down skill wise. Like, you know, I would put him, like if we had to go to war with all the other states or some shit like that, like I want 6 on the all Hawaii team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shout out to 6. We need to do another song together, bro.
I'ma give props to Sango and Lamar.
Okay.
Because when we was in high school, they was doing shows.
Shit, yeah.
And you know,
us from the people opportunity.
Us from the black community and the ones that kind of got slept on, they made sure they had a home. Yeah. They made sure they had a stage, and they still do. They got the radio show going. You know, so I gotta give it to them. Yeah. I have to, because they've been consistent since we was in high school.
Yeah. Well, alright, if we going that route too, gotta give it up to my man Bone, bro.
Of course.
Because
he was gonna pop up.
Oh, most definitely. Well, now that you put them out there, I gotta shout out.
I mean, we talking OGs, right? They giving people opportunities. I feel like that's what an OG is supposed to do.
I gotta shout out Bone because, like, I mean, without Bone, I probably wouldn't be on this platform currently,
right?
Because y'all might not even know Qualified like that. Because he gave Ill Hill our first show out here, and like I was already doing stuff with Big Break. Shout out to my man ASL, Freddie Acevedo, Joey was cracking. He's still out here though, MTC. But anyway, like
I mean,
yeah, we were doing our thing, but like we were kind of on pause, and then started doing the Ill Hill shit. Bone gave us our first show. And then we got out here, and then, well, I just never left after that. But shout out to Bone because, like, I mean, my first show, but so many other people he's given their first show, and he's still giving out people's first shows.
Yep, still.
Like, you know what I mean? He's still just out here going just as hard, probably doing more shows and doing more shit now than he was before. Back then, and we almost 10 years deep, like, you know what I mean? So, and he had already been going before then, like, you know what I mean? So, like, that's why you gotta give a shout out to Bone, man. Since we're talking about people who have had a big impact in the scene locally.
I say let's just name one more person each, because we can go on. Yeah, it's already a long episode, but it's okay. But I just say let's name one more each.
Damn, it's tough. I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Creed Chameleon.
Okay.
A OG out here.
Okay.
He had been doing it for a while. He's shared the stage with a lot of cats.
He was back rapping when rapping wasn't really cool to do out here yet.
And then made it to a point where people knew him as a rapper. Like it was to the point where I would talk about like Hawaii rappers, and a lot of times the first person people would say to me like, oh well, I don't know a lot of guys out here, but Creed Chameleon, so like, you know what I mean?
His name will come up.
And he was that cat, like, you know, girls I was trying to mess with in high school while I'm like, yeah, oh, do you know Creed Chameleon? I'm like,
yes, I do.
Yeah, I told you.
Shout out to Creed. We gotta get you on the show, and because you got quality some action back in the day, you know, he used the name for the action card.
Yeah, man.
I'm surprised this person's name hasn't came up yet, but I'ma say it. I'ma say it's Sub-Zero from Kwalified. So don't record him no more. Don't record him no more, sir.
That was gonna be my next one.
Yeah, right. Anyway, but reason why I say Sub-Zero for Prima Phonic, because I don't know I know a lot of y'all artists have had the pleasure of recording at his studio, but
he been out here.
If you ever get a chance to sit down with that man and have
Joe, just talk to him.
A lot of stuff I'm not gonna say on camera.
Because we can't give out.
The shit. Not even that,
but we even set up the Patreon yet.
But if you haven't had a conversation with Sub-Zero and what he has done out here, like he was DJing out here when it was hard to be black and DJ out here.
Yeah.
Now it's easy. Shout out to my fool Ja Will and, you know, all them.
Shout out
and
to
Lil, DJ Lil, you know what I'm saying?
Wiz.
You know what I'm saying? Wiz. Like it's easy to be black and DJ out here, but that's a whole nother ShopTalk.
That's another
we ain't gonna talk about that.
We're gonna see y'all next time on that.
But the people that I named, I had to make sure I named them because they still got influence on the scene now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these rappers you hear record what's up.
Yeah. And like, I mean, definitely got to give a shout out to Sub, because that's where I record all my shit. I got like 5 albums on the wall, and I'm the best motherfucking rapper out here, nigga. So like, nah.
Call out all y'all rappers, man.
But for real, shout out to Sub, man. He, yeah, man. You wanna sit down under a learning tree, man. Sub will Sub will drop some knowledge, man.
Yeah. And like we said earlier, if we did not name you, that does not mean we forgot about you, because we know people be in their feelings. Oh, you didn't shout me out.
Like we
are filming a show and we trying to keep it a certain time.
Yeah,
okay?
like I was gonna.
And we're just having a conversation.
Name Mox, but then he cut me off.
Go ahead, drop. Okay, we're not gonna deep dive into people. Go ahead and name people there.
Whoa, deep diving into dudes is crazy.
We're not gonna have a deep dive conversation about these other people, but go ahead and name some people that run it.
Shoot. All right, just like a quick shout out list to some other OGs, man. Mox held it down. Chris Styles held it down. Gotta give it up to Mo Illa Pillars, man. Like they did their thing out here. Shoot, I gotta give just a personal shout out to ALR, Audible Lab Rats, personal OGs of mine. They helped us out ill hill when we was getting started and finding our way.
We doing personal shout outs to OGs. I mean, I gotta give it up. I'll give it up to Slap Symphony, because when I started producing, Wes was like, "Yo, man, come to the crib. I'll show you how to use Fruity Loops." Yep. Wes, I appreciate you for that.
Yo, just a shout out. You gotta give a shout out to Slap Symphony. Period, because there was a minute Slap Symphony was just everybody was talking about what was going on with Slap Symphony.
Let's see that. What up, fool? He always shows me love too, boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, them two right there. Yeah, personal.
Yeah, man. So it's just there's a lot of cats, man.
I'll give it up. I'll give a shout out to Joker.
Hey, Joker, man.
You know, we got a love-hate relationship. Joker actually showed me how to throw shows.
Yo, I gotta give a shout out to Joker, because Joker dragged me over there to Prima Phonics, and there was a lot of times where Joker would be like, "Nigga, don't you know who you are?" And I'll be like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right," and get back on my shit. So Joker is like my big brother and little brother at the same time.
Same damn time.
But that's my down. That's my down. Man, there's
who else you want to shout out?
Shoot, man. Oh yeah, one more. Shout out to Blessed Child, man. You know, now he's shooting the videos and stuff, but cats forget.
Blessed Child shot a video for me.
Cats
for the low. I appreciate you.
Cats forget how he was really rapping out here.
He was.
And like cats forget.
He still is. He dropped something new, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he's still rapping.
But like, cats forget like when he was out here bodying shows and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, but there's just a lot of cats, man. There's a lot of people who had an influence on the scene. It's crazy. There's too many people to name, and we're gonna be here forever.
For real.
So we're gonna cut it off right here. Like I said, anybody who we miss, go ahead and hit the comments below. Let us know, because eventually it was just gonna turn into shouting out homies. And then at some point I was gonna have to tell y'all why, like, y'all need to respect me, because I am your OG, and that could just be a whole nother episode. And Spidey Stood says that we out. So that's it, man. We closing up shop talk. We gonna see y'all next time.